Hello peoples and welcome in our Let's Roleplay King Arthur 2, and it's time to continue the journey.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, so we do have some kind of adventure quest here. I'm gonna speed up this. And okay.
It is well known that I had a great passion for the arcane and for artifacts, but few know where I acquired my knowledge of the art, and that it was here, on Roman land. There is an old fort near the eastern end of the wall, which was built on the remains of an arcane workshop left behind by an ancient wizard. That is where I learned the secrets of crafting magical items, and with my help, you could do so too. Of course, you'd have to deal with the barbarians who dwell on that land first.
Ooh. Okay, so construction complete. Some more diplomatic relations with Quintus.
Many villages perished during the plague that came to the lands of Quintus. Some settlements were burned to the ground to stop the spread of the infection, while other villages were looted by outlaws who took advantage of the chaos.
I do not have enough gold for this, unfortunately. Well, I will help him as much as I can. So I'll have some kind of slower build and research in the next 10 turns, but I do not care for this as that much, at least not in prologue, and he will be happy. Oh, so if Malan was here.
There are new quarries in the hills of Malahot that provide cheap stones.
No. I don't want these quarries. Go faster.
Following the honorable traditions of Ibaracum, you have organized a network of spies who are busy supplying you with rumors from the noble families. Recent rumors claim that Livius Messala, the son of Pompeius, is planning a coup against his father. You decide to investigate in person.
No, this will be interesting.
The annual celebration that honors the ancestors of the Messala family is to be held the day after tomorrow on their estate. You've received your invitation and you set off with your companions. On the day of the glorious event, the guests are gathering in the atrium. Here comes the head of the family, Pompeius Messala, in his elaborate robes. You notice how long his eyes linger on one of your escorts, a beautiful woman. Livius Messala is a much manlier figure. To your surprise, you realize that he also has a younger brother, Vibius. The guests flock to the small amphitheater built next to the villa. In the first arena combat, they let loose a pack of wild animals, so the nobles can hunt them down with bows. Soon it turns out that you are just as proficient with your weapon as the commander of the guards.
Well, I'm not gonna do anything like, look, I'm the best here and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna let him win, but I will make it clear how good I am.
Eventually you lose, though not by much, and you even manage to shoot one beast in such a splendid way that the guests reward you with a round of applause. The Messalas strut around with smug smiles, while some guests from the Severus family give you a knowing wink. Vibius Masala admires your skills with the bow, and he wants you to teach him to shoot. You are about to begin when his father interrupts the conversation. My son is going to be a general, not a foot soldier, he says. He's leaving for a garrison at the wall in the morning. It's getting dark. After the arena games, everyone walks back to the atrium to watch an ancient play. One of your men quietly tells you that he noticed a suspicious-looking soldier talking to a gladiator at the well. It reminds you that this could be a good time to sneak around.
I live quietly and I will go to the well.
You don't see anyone in the courtyard, but a brief inspection reveals that the well is empty, and the carved stones form crude steps. You climb down and find a tunnel that leads to a gate. Beyond the gate, you see a bare hall and hear the gladiators talking.
I walk further.
The tunnel widens into a large room, crammed with weapons and armor, all wrapped in rags and arranged in neat rows. You have the faint suspicion that you have found the ingredients of a coup in the making, and the only one who could have plotted this is Livius. You grab a dagger.
It's time to pay a visit to the Livius quarters.
You carefully pick your way to Livius's quarters with one of your men following you. You post him outside the door while you take a look around inside. Judging by the sparse furnishings, a young and dedicated soldier lives here. There is a small shrine by the wall.
I'm gonna peek into the chest below the small shrine.
The chest is filled with personal keepsakes, simple jewelry, an almost empty perfume bottle, things that make you think of a middle-aged noble woman. Oddly, there is also a simple knife that stands out from the rest of the items, but you cannot see its significance.
What now? I think the desk will be more interesting than the closet.
You find some letters, nothing suspicious. Then you get a whiff of an odor that reminds you of invisible ink. You hold the letters up to the light, and now you can read the secret message that proves that he has had some secret dealings with a general. You take the letter. You hear a soft whistling from outside. It must be your soldier in the courtyard, and it means that someone is coming. You quickly leave the room. Do you want to sneak around, or would you rather return to watch the play?
There is no time to sneak around. I must return before the play is over.
You return just in time to hear the very last lines of the play. The guests are quick to return to the atrium. Pompeius must have noticed your absence, though, and he seems offended by your lack of interest. You decide to avoid him and mingle with the crowd. Dinner is a true feast, with such delicacies as wild boar in honey, and you also drink much of the treasured rare wine from the south of Britannia. You witness an exciting debate concerning mythology between a high-ranking Severus official and two senators of the Quintus family. The argument is about Hercules. The senators think that he joined the gathering of the gods after his death, while the official points out that Ulysses met the great hero in the underworld. They can't persuade each other, and finally they ask your opinion on the matter.
So I will try to make them... Oh yeah, Hercules was a demigod. When he died, his mortal shell went to the other world, while his divine essence took his place among the gods.
They all laugh, so you must have found an appropriate answer that suits everyone.
Yeah, I wanted
And
that.
it even helped you to strengthen your political ties to these families. The dinner is over, and the guests withdraw to their rooms. This is the perfect opportunity to talk to old Pompeius Messala or visit his son. Which one will you choose?
I'm gonna warn him about this thingy.
Pompeius looks tired and demands to know why you are bothering him this late. You tell him that you found proof that his son is planning to replace him as the head of the family. Pompeius flushes with anger, and you know that you don't have much time to convince him.
Exactly. When a man is angry like that, you don't want to go with some kind of, believe me, I know about this and like that. You need to show him proof exactly what you have. So we're gonna take like, look, I have all proof you need.
Pompeius studies the evidence you brought for a long time. He seems to be lost in thought. You wait until he turns to you. It's alarming, I admit, but I still have my doubts. It's my son we are talking about. How can we make sure it's all true?
Let's go and we do some kind of confrontation with his son.
Pompeius hesitates. Then he nods. He leaves his guards behind, and both of you walk straight to Livius. You catch the young Messala unawares, and he's too shocked to come up with a reasonable explanation. It doesn't look good for him at all. When Livius realizes that his plan has been exposed, his face twists into a mask of sheer hatred. With a shout, he hurls himself at Pompeius. "Now you'll pay for my mother's death," he bellows, and tries to strangle him.
I'm gonna help the father, but I spare the life of his son. The son of his...
You throw yourself at the son and you pin him down. He struggles violently, cursing you and your family, but he can't get free. His father calls the guards, who lead Livius away. Finally, he turns to you, and with surprising honesty, he thanks you for saving his life. Livius Messala has failed miserably, and now he has to face the consequences. Pompeius Messala, on the other hand, is stronger and more bitter than ever. Your political ties with the family have changed following the events of that night.
I didn't even thought that this will end as that good. Okay. So what more do we have here? We've got one more point into the rightful path, as you can go into Tyrant. Those Christian and some kind of old faith are not available for the Romans, as they are following their own way and their own traditions. Objectives, done. And here's the gain control over all of the Roman provinces. But I'm gonna take those controls in some kind of peaceful way. I'm not gonna just go with war and attack them. It will be unwise at this point. Mysterious Plague.
The Messala family has recently given shelter to a stranger, whom the Sentinels believe to be a dangerous warlock. The Knightly Order respects the sovereignty of the family, but they demand custody of this prisoner.
All the thing is, I really don't want to get involved into this, so I'm gonna leave this to Messala. I know that Sentinels and Quintus will be mad, but I'm not gonna go into some kind of way like those men are evil, because I don't know if they are evil or not. If they're like really doing some kind of black magic, I don't have any proof for that. On that, you know. Okay, so there's some kind of mysteries of the plague.
On my way.
Only recently a deadly outbreak of a mysterious plague devastated the inhabitants of the Quintus estate. It's over now, but just as grave as its consequences are the rumors circulating about the origins of the disease. People talk of evil intent, and according to the gossip there is a certain place, deep in the heart of the Quintus lands, where everything started. You decide to investigate the rumors and find the place where the plague started. If it's true, it may change things. You gather a small group and set out to discover the truth. However, according to custom, you can't enter a province of a noble family with armed soldiers.
So I'm gonna send my messenger to Quintus family and ask their permissions.
With the formal invitation in your hands, you arrive in the Quintus lands and seek the nearest outpost, where you get an escort. You arrive at the grim villa of the family, where old Horatius Quintus greets you without enthusiasm and wants to know the reason for your visit.
I tell him about the rumors of the deadly plague spreading from Quintus lands.
You tell Horatius Quintus all you know. He becomes very solemn. Finally, he gives you his permission to enter his lands to pursue this investigation. You'll be accompanied by one of his experienced legionaries, who will serve as your guide and probably as your guard too.
We shouldn't waste time and say farewell, and we'll leave.
The growing number of dead crows littered on the ground tells you that you're getting closer to the place where the plague seems to have begun. You reach a glade where you see some empty wagons surrounded by the carcasses of horses and a dozen corpses. The canvas covers of the wagons are fastened down.
I think I'm just gonna stay away from the corpses for now, and I take a look inside the wagons.
One wagon is crammed with the trappings of black magic. There is a carcass, but you've never seen anything like this. It looks like a hideous demon. You see a vial filled with some black fluid and another one which has been shattered. This is the cause of the plague, an experiment gone wrong.
I'm gonna dose the wagon with the oil and we're gonna burn it.
You set to work when one of your sentries comes running. A large group of soldiers is approaching fast on the road.
Okay, we withdraw off into the forest and keep an eye on the newcomers.
The soldiers are battle-hardened veterans, and they definitely know what they are doing. They swiftly and efficiently set fire to the wagons, throw the corpses on the makeshift bonfire, and prepare to leave.
We're gonna do an ambush.
They are worthy opponents, but with the element of surprise on your side, you win the battle, and with only minor losses at that. You also find a message from the Caracalas, describing the situation to the leader. It's obvious that their family is responsible for this abomination. The Quintus officer demands that you return immediately to the villa and report to Horatius. What do you say?
We're gonna do that.
You tell Horatius that the plague was caused by the Caracalas. The Quintus Elder expresses his gratitude, and you leave. Later you expect to hear something about the consequences, but nothing happens. The Caracalas must have paid compensation, which will make Quintus even stronger.
What more do we have here, huh? So research is done, but I can't upgrade this because I do not have any money for now.
The provinces of Aboricum are plagued by many problems, but now the situation is more severe than ever. Rebellious slaves are hiding near the marshland, a marauding knight is pillaging the common territories, and a southern army is marching across our lands. The Senate hereby offers a huge reward to anyone who should assist in fighting these threats.
So it's like, looks like some kind of trapped from the north and from the south. I don't want to do that yet. Do we have here?
A patrol has captured a band of Brigantes warriors as they were passing over the common lands towards the swamp.
I can't do this. I can't do anything with this because I do not have gold. Damn it. Okay. So what's here? I don't know what's here. Defeat the robbers' night armies and find the hidden camp of escaped slaves, and defeat the warriors of the cross. So those will be the warriors of the cross because they came from south. I'm gonna start with them.
Yes, my lord.